Oh, I forgot you guys were here. Okay. Well, looks like we got another global pandemic, which is spreading amongst pigs. If you ain't eating that pork, I guess you ain't got to worry about that. But we're going to dive into it right here on B1 Health and Wellness. Let's go. Music Tuesday. Yes, sir. Music Tuesday. Okay, I guess it was gonna start over. But yeah, this is me. This is Jay Lavers, Keep It P podcast, where we take the news situations and show how one could have and could not have been keeping it P. And what you're looking right there is a dead pig. I mean, this is some disturbing type of news. Hold on now. I wanna read the article, but could you have my phone, sweetie? Hand me my phone real quick so I can read this article. Thank you so much. I'd like y'all to go ahead and start by hitting that like button. Make sure that you share the program and also subscribe if you have not subscribed before, so that you can know each and every time we decide to go live. Make sure you hit that bell for the notifications too, for sure. All right, I just wanted to glance over this real quick because we got to be keeping our B1 health and all of that together. And obviously, this is a new show that's going to tackle, some of the health issues and health disparities in the black community. But we ain't talking about getting no jabs, though. It's funny how they go about even framing this one, because it has a lot to do with the pork side of the game. But it says China, exactly, a disease outbreak blooms in China. Exactly how it emerges from the eyes of any surveilling scientist, no one can quite explain. Well, I can explain them wet markets that they be having with all of that little food out there and the flies and all of that. Like, come on now, ain't that where the woo-woo came from? Come on now, stop playing. It spreads with incredible speed, killing a wide swath, freezing transport and trade, and cause vast economic disruption, Hutchison, on the global travel. It circles the world. There's no cure, no scene for it. Inevitably, it arrives in America in July 2020. So it's here now. Yep, 2021. The year is not a typo. This outbreak isn't SWOVID. It is parallel hidden pandemic and deadly animal disease called African swine flu. Now, why gotta be African swine flu? Why couldn't it just be the swine flu? You know what I'm saying? So it's okay to call, viruses anything. Africanized bees, African swine flu, Ebola, straight from Africa, AIDS, Africa. They try to put everything on black people like we the worst and dirtiest, and we know that's not the case. It says in the Dominican Republic in July, the swine flu fever poses a risk to humans, but is incredibly destructive to livestock. The deaths in China were millions of pigs, at least 1/4 and possibly 1/2 of the entire herd of the world's largest pork producers. I didn't know they produce most of the pork over there. In the United States, animal health authorities are now on high alert to the U.S. Department of Agriculture has pled an emergency operation of $500 million to ramp up surveillance and keep the disease from crossing borders. The swine fever is so feared internationally that it were found in U.S. pork exports worth more than $7 billion a year would immediately shut down. So that's all they really care about. They don't really care about y'all They don't even really care about your well-being and nothing about that. It's really pretty much about the money. Long distance spread of highly contagious pathogen diseases is a worst case scenario. With the COVID pandemic at its start, there's no vaccine, but also with COVID, there's a glimmer of hope for this one, thanks to the basic science that has been laid down for many years without receiving much attention. 2 weeks ago, a multinational team led by scientists and the agricultures developed some strategies in pigs in Vietnam. The vaccine candidate is being deployed by commercial partners, a Vietnam company called Neveto. On the timeline, it was clear that the fifth experimental vaccine will be applied. African swine fever vaccines is producing a commercialized way of dealing with the issue. Step back a bit. African swine flu is a long-time agricultural foe. See, I don't even like the language that they using in this. They talking about agriculture and shit, but it seemed like they talking about black people. You know, African swine flu has been a long-time agricultural foe. Everything's against Africa. Everything's against black people. It don't even matter if you're talking about a damn swine flu. The story of African swine flu event actually does begin in Africa almost exactly 100 years ago. Here they go. Look, I thought I was gonna read this info, this joint to give y'all a little information, but I'm just not cool with them and all the African demonization, because they really just talking about black people. So it says, it goes on to say, the challenge, says Raymond Robert Rawlin, head of the Department of Pathologists at University of Illinois. Swine fever, also known to veterinarians as ASF, is a disease spread by movement, and as WOVID demonstrated, the world is more linked by international movement than it has ever been. So a person who walks through a farm, stockyard, or whatever with swine flu is present could pick up the virus on their shoes or clothing and carry it across the world. There might be pathogens and blah blah blah, and scoop. There are more sinister avenues which this disease can be imported throughout criminally instead of carelessness. Authorities have seized more than 1 million pounds of pork products that were smuggled into the U.S. Are they smuggling pork over here, y'all? Y'all better leave that swine alone. The products came from China and they were shipped out as African swine fever was hitting its peak. That may have been the largest pork indirection in U.S. border history, as far as anyone knows. Pork is the single most seized food item at airports and land crossings, according to what? I didn't know they was getting it in with pork like that. Anyway, pork that gets nabbed at the border randomly. Examples: ham sandwiches in 2016, sausage in 2018, bologna in 2019, and this year is incinerated. But pork that isn't detected and gets discarded into the U.S. to evade detection, or maybe because it's gone bad, could spark a chain of infections here. Analysis could convince that vast expansion of African swine fever in China was triggered by feeding pigs swill, an industry term for a mix of discarded human food, cooked and raw food waste, garbage, used cooking oil, and arbitrary leftovers such as guts and bones. The same practice, known in this country as garbage feeding, is legal in 27 states. So they just dropped a jewel on y'all. So they feeding the pigs leftovers from restaurants, leftovers from other facilities, like what they just say, guts and bones and All of which is unclear how vital approaches to vaccine against diseases will be followed. Dozens of approaches have been tried over the years, but research announcements the USDA in September appears to be the closest to making the hope into a reality. Lot of explaining. Let me get to the last paragraph because you know how I am. Many steps lie ahead, but as COVID pandemic demonstrates, police health emergencies can force pharmaceutical innovations. It would be good for the pigs of the world and biosecurity that the food supply is this animal health emergency could do the same. Well, I don't eat the pork, so I don't know what to tell y'all. You need to stop eating that bullshit anyway. But other than that, don't let me hold you. You know, this is B1 Health and Wellness, and been waiting to do a show like this. So we're gonna, keep dropping y'all facts about health and wellness and that kind of thing. Get in that description. Make sure that you go check out the store, get you a shirt. Let me show y'all this new shirt, the new shirts that we got. Boom. Not those ones, not that one, but that one. So that's the no anti-black racism shirt. Go grab that, say it with your chest, say it with your moves. Say it with your chest is the apparel store for the most outspoken B1 person. So get up on there and say what you got to say now. And then I'm gonna leave y'all with these 4 words before I get on up out of here. Love, peace, with the blessings, and aloha. Peace.
I got the PayPal, Cash App, Sally, Chime. Look, I don't play with this shit. You don't even know what I gave to this shit. Self-made with this shit. I slay with this shit. Been a lot of roads I done paved with this shit. Look, see, I don't play with this shit. You don't even know what I gave to this shit.
Kyrie with the give and go, I get it cheap for the low, more snow than the Eskimo big birdies. Taking flight, change your life in one night by 2 a.m. if you do it right. Up late like midnight, small fish, big appetite, get an extra 4 if you whip it right. Got good gas and it's light bright, got big balls and a good pipe. One calling in sight night, Drake go.
He been hula hooping through loopholes, working round shit. You can count lava down, but you can't count them out, baby. Life give me lemons, I make lemon rain. He been hula hooping through loopholes, working round shit. All of your misconceptions, you thought I would miss my blessings. Serious. All of your misconceptions, you thought I gotta go. Gotta hustle to get it. If you ain't talking business, little shawty, you trippin'. I gotta go. I really ain't got time. You can holler at me later, shawty, bang my line.
Hey Ray. Hey Rihanna, hey girl, how you doing? I'm into you like Trump's in the Putin. I know that might sound a little confusing. I had to say it for my own amusement. What I'm trying to say is, can we go cruising? Top down, blow some good gas, and listen to Blueprint. Maybe do something stupid. I guess that depends on you.
Brushy cream leaves, Keith, whale, premium bud. Man, I hustle in the street, but I'm a freak with the love.
Bring that ass over, tryna bring it back. I'm a big dog, tryna bring it back. I'ma slide in the way to bring it back. Let a nigga tap, tryna bring it back. Tryna bring it back. Tryna bring it back.
All I wanna do is see you move it. All I wanna do is see you get down. All I wanna do is see you move it. All I wanna do is see you get down. All I wanna do is see you move it. All I wanna do is see you get down. All I wanna do is see you move it. All I wanna do is see you get down. 2 steps.
Music TV. Music TV.